Hey guys, this is Oracle Daphne. I'm back again doing the daily video for October 29th. That is Wednesday. Halloween is rapidly approaching. I'm sure you guys are already thinking about what you're going to wear. What's really funny is I was at Whole Foods earlier this evening and I saw this. And I did a double take actually. There was this like hand that was like sticking out of like the trunk or like it's like the trunk of this SUV. It was just sticking out and it was like a fake hand. And it was like it had like fake blood on it. It was really funny. And I actually got a kick out of it because I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't really expecting to see it there. And I was like, what the hell is that? At first I thought, well, for some reason someone was sitting in the back seat and like a little kid had his hand sticking out. Then I realized it was supposed to be like a Halloween prop or something, just like a Halloween thing. So, so that was funny. I am not going to be trick-or-treating this year. Not that I trick-or-treated last year, but I don't plan on trick-or-treating. Eventually, when I'm at the ranch and living at the beautiful ranch, I'm going to, enjoy dressing up, but, and having the kids come by and having candy and stuff. Although, my thing is, I kind of want to give out better quality chocolate because chocolate that's given out these days is really not so good. I don't know. I could be like Karen from, what is that show? Will and Grace, where the little boy comes up and he's trick-or-treating and he holds out his candy bucket and she's drinking and she just pours the wine in it. She's like, here you go. I have to find that clip. It's got to be online somewhere. Anyways, back to the daily reading. You guys have heard me talk enough. Okay, so right off the top, we got the Strength card. This is for the 29th. This is an 11-day. Just thinking. It's a master number day. So, this card to me has a lot of interesting meanings. I guess my feeling is, as following up from what the previous, energies have been from over the weekend and going into early in the week, my feeling is that you guys are really going through a lot with relationships and you guys need inner strength to get you through things. You guys need to also take your power back. And I'm going to talk a little bit about saying yes and versus saying no, okay? When you say no to something, it's taking your power back. You're saying, no, I am not okay with that. These are my boundaries, period. If you say yes all the time, and you know who you are, you've lost some of your power. Because that means you haven't set up any boundaries for yourself, and people can kind of take advantage of that, that energy and that attitude that you have. It's like you're almost too willing to do things, not necessarily for others, but that other people want you to do. So it's not like people are, saying, give me $50 and you're saying yes to that. They're saying, can you go pick up my daughter from school? And you say yes. Can you drive so-and-so to the airport? And you say yes. Can you cook dinner for me or go to the store and get something? And you say yes. And it's just like consistent so that you're saying yes to too much. And there's also people who are saying no to things. So they're almost like, they're not connecting when it's like you're not over empowered, but you're not connecting with the world. Like there's this complete disconnect. When you say no to everything, you're just like, the slate is completely clear and there's nothing on it. And you're lonely and you're like, you're not feeling like relationships. You don't want to have relationships. You may feel a little bit depressed. Your libido sucks. You don't want to have sex. You're just like, I just want to be left alone. And so like So there's these extremes where we've got the overactive yes people who never take any time for themselves, say yes to everything, carrying way too many responsibilities on the one hand. On the other hand, we've got the no people who say no to everything, and they're missing out on opportunities because they're completely disconnected from the world. So where am I going with this? We need to find balance here. We need to find balance. If we find balance in somewhere between saying yes all the time and saying no all the time, what happens is we get to enjoy people's company, enjoy relationships, keep our own power, and we are empowered, and say no to things that we really don't want to do or that really go against maybe what our values and our principles are. And we have actually better relationships because we're able to set our boundaries. So I feel like this card it can go either way, but I feel like on this day, I feel like there has been some kind of agreement between you and your partner. You've tamed the beast, okay? And you've gotten a little bit of control. You got a little there are control issues here, but I'm focusing on at this point in time, it's you and your partner versus the world, you know? And there is balance in your relationship. There is happiness in your relationship. There is love in your relationship. There's strength in your relationship. Coming on the heels of what the previous day was, there is also you're struggling to tame the beast within. And the beast within is that money-hungry person that needs a bigger bank account. Always. Every day. Constant. I need to tame that because coming on the heels of the fighting about money and the divorce and all this other stuff, I feel like you've kind of tamed that in yourself. Maybe it's like you're coming to a point where you realize life is not about money. Maybe you have a breakthrough moment, you know? Maybe it's like you're facing the world with new eyes. You know, you've tamed the beast and you're looking out at the future and you're going, okay. You know, I can take care of my pets. I can take care of myself. I know how to say yes and I know how to say no. And the next relationship that I'm going to have is going to be better. I feel like ultimately you're going to be empowered because there's this balance. You're going to find some balance between the struggle for survival and the struggle with relationships. It's like, I think right now those are the two main things that are going on. People are either are struggling with their relationship or they're struggling to survive. So it's like the people that are in a relationship or struggling in their relationship, survival is not an issue. Okay, money is not an issue. But the people who obviously are struggling to survive, money is an issue. And it can be a combination of both. You could be having relationship problems and struggling to survive, you know? You may not even want to talk to a guy or talk to a girl. You may be just completely like, I can't deal with it anymore and I just want some alone time, you know? You may be having, just issues in your relationship and just, it may not lead to divorce. From the other day, it may not lead to divorce. It may lead to balance, and it may lead to agreements. You come to an agreement. And you say, "Okay, I'm going to do this," and this person says, "I'm going to do that," and there's also some verbal things that maybe one of you or your partner have said. Because she's holding the lion's mouth, okay? And the lion's mouth, it's like the lion is saying stuff and stuff to the girl that really the lion should not be saying because it's just making the girl upset. This is not necessarily the day to communicate everything you're thinking. filter first. Think about what you're saying. Think about what you're going to say. Think about how it might come off. Think about how it might be interpreted. Do not say things out of anger. Leos, specifically, do not open your mouth, and stick your foot in it, Just don't. And girls, you guys need to give your guys a longer leash, okay? None of this ball and chain. You need to just let him go and do what he wants to do. And if he fucks it up for himself, then you can't be with him, period. And if you're with a guy that you need to control every single thing that he does because you're suspicious, because you're like, I don't know what's in his phone, I don't know who's calling him, I don't know anything, and you're getting all paranoid and you're going crazy, this is not the guy for you. Period. Why are you in this relationship? If you're constantly checking his cell phone and making sure that he's not, cheating on you, you're making sure he's not talking to some other girl, or you're making sure that he is where he says he is, because he's lying about where he says, I just feel like you guys need to stop this behavior. Stop trying to gain control over him and his behaviors. Just acknowledge that his behavior is not okay and move on and break up and be like, peace out and get out, Just do it. Pack your bag. Go. There's nothing holding you there except for you're wanting to control the situation. Some of you are going to be okay. See, this is a card that's very tricky because some of you are going to be okay, and you're going to be like you and your partner versus the world, and everything's going to be okay. You're going to come to a place where you've agreed this is how things are going to be, and it's going to be better. But others, there's major issues with control. You haven't tamed the beast, you've turned into the beast, okay? And your boyfriend or girlfriend is making you that way. And, well, I shouldn't say making. Well, they're contributing to you being the beast. But you're letting them. You're letting them contribute to that beastliness inside. And also, if you're in a mode where you're like, you're struggling for money and you can't control that fiery beast within you that wants more money every day, you need to come to a place where you can tame it, where you can say, okay, I'm in control of my money. I am abundance. I am prosperity. I am going to make more money than God's ever seen. And you need to go out and do it. And that's what your vision needs to be. It can't be like, also some of you are like, I feel like some of you are like constantly checking your bank account like every second. I don't know what the deal is. It's not like money's going to appear there, miraculously. I really don't. I feel like you guys are obsessed about every dollar, every penny, Don't penny pinch, If the store asks you, do you want to donate to, to breast cancer today? Say yes. Say how you feel. Every time I do that, I actually start crying. I feel like it's a really good thing to practice because it makes me feel good. It makes me feel like I'm helping, and it makes me feel like I'm contributing, and it makes me feel like less like a miser, more empowered. It empowers you because you get to say yes to something really good. Say no to that tie that you've been looking at the store that costs $200. Say yes to contributing 20 cents to breast cancer research. Okay, you guys do need to find some balance. I feel like in your relationships, your relationship to money, and this whole survival thing. The good news is that you're gonna be able to get things sorted out, okay? I feel like by the end of this week, things are really going to be sorted out. You just need to know that you're going to be okay. You're going to be all right. No matter what happens, it's all going to be all right. It's going to get sorted out one way or the other. You're either going to break up or you're going to stay together. And if you've already broken up, and they kind of have tendencies to control, don't go back. Don't. Move on. I always think that there's withdrawal symptoms. Withdrawal from the feel-good vibe the drugs that are going on through your brain, the chemicals that are going on in your brain when you're with someone. It's like the love drug, and then it's like you pull the plug on it when you break up and you're like, whoa, I don't feel so good. Why? Well, because those chemicals are no longer going through your brain anymore, and you're like, I need to find that again. You're like, I need to get into another relationship. What happened? Whoa, whoa, whoa. And then either you try to desperately get back together, or you get into another relationship right away, which you might not be ready for. And then you just end up sleeping with them, and nothing ends up happening. So it's just, you guys need to get it together, I feel. Okay? I'm not coming down on you there here, but I'm just saying, watch your actions. Don't, think about what it is that you really want. Write it down on a piece of paper if you want a relationship, and make sure you've added every single thing in there. That's what you really want, and think about that. If you broke up with somebody and that you're going around in circles with commitment issues, or whether they were cheating, or whether they were, talking to some other person, you need to let that go. Shut the door. Boom. It's done. And move on to find somebody else who doesn't make you crazy, And if you do this in every single relationship, ladies, you know who you are, and guys, you know who you are, then you need to work on trusting others. You need to work on trust. You have trust issues. Basic trust issues. Which for good reason, because you've been burned before in the past, but taking this into another relationship is not the answer, okay? I'm going to pull one card to just kind of clarify and see if there's anything else that I could add to that. Let me see. You know what is wild? Seriously, I shuffled the cards again, and we got this again. How is that possible? The Strength card again. I don't think that there really isn't an additional message. I'm not going to even say anything else, really, because clearly, if I reshuffled the cards and we got the Strength card again, then this really is what you need to focus on. There isn't anything else. Everything I'm saying about this issue with not saying no enough, or not saying yes enough, or not having an agreement with your partner, talking things through, coming to a place of resolution, agreement, you guys are agreeing to go forward together, letting go of any negative relationships that you've had in the past, learning how to trust others again. I feel like some chakra heart opening things would be beneficial for you. There's some videos about opening your heart chakra, and that might be really good, because I feel like some of you're kind of closed, your heart chakra is kind of closed, you're kind of closed off, and then so you're going to go into another relationship, and the other person's going to sense that, and you can't have a loving relationship if your heart is totally closed. It'll be all about money, and that was probably the problem the last time. It'll be all about, what is this person doing for me? And you don't want a relationship like that. It'll all be about materialism and the checklist of what you want. There won't be real love there, and you want real love. There's something, also another connection with birds. The bird is really paying attention to me. Oh, you can fly. Basically, when you come to an agreement with somebody else, your relationship's going to take off. It's going to go to another level. You guys are going to fly. It's going to be amazing. It's sort of like you guys are standing together on this balcony, on this bridge, and the bird is going to help you fly. If you have an agreement, you come to an agreement, the bird is going to help you safely, go down to the other side. So you can do anything. I feel like you're going to feel empowered, and you can feel like you can do anything in the relationship and in life. You're going to feel better about your life when you've come to this agreement with this other person. Or even if you're single and there isn't another person in your life, and you just need strength. You just need to be able to get through all this tough stuff that you're going through right now, and just know that money is coming to you, and that you don't need to worry about it. The less you worry about it, the better off you are, and the more money you have. And then the bird is going to see. There's a bird. There's this element of flight, element of travel. You may be moving, or maybe starting thinking about moving, or there's an element of travel. I feel like you're going to be moving out of this into something better. I feel like you're going to have some ideas. Your ideas are going to take flight. I don't feel like you're going to be stuck. I don't feel like you're going to be stuck any longer, because we had that spider energy the day before. So on the 29th, I don't feel like it's a stuck day. I feel like it's more a challenge. Yes and no, balance. Finding the balance. Letting go of control, but having enough, having agreements rather than control. Okay, so the agreement would be, honey, if you're going to be staying late, can you please text me and let me know, what time your estimated time of arrival is going to be, so that I can make sure that I'm, leaving dinner out for you, or heating something up before you come home, or, make sure the lights are left on, or something like that. Just be considerate. If you're living with someone, just be considerate. I think that's all for right now. That's all that I'm really getting, for right now. You might want to put some food out for the birds. You might want to put a little dish of, like a bird dish, a bird feeder or something like that. It's going to help the energy around your house, perk things up. Little birds are messages. Birds are messages. You might actually get a couple of messages. You might get 2 messages. 2 important emails, I feel. Or phone calls. Potentially 2 important phone calls or emails. The birds are also happiness, too. So if you leave some bird seed out for the birds, you're making them happy. You're creating happiness. And you're creating prosperity for yourself, because you're giving to them, and they're going to be giving their happiness to you. So, it's a 2-way street. Remember, love is a 2-way street. And on that note, I'm going to say good night. I wish you big hugs, big kisses. And I will talk to you guys again soon. All right, stay tuned for my November videos. I'll probably be posting those next week. Have a wonderful night. Take care.